Indeed, Mr. Bean's journey from a beloved television character to a global icon is marked by his unique brand of physical comedy and silent storytelling. His appeal lies in his ability to navigate everyday situations with childlike wonder and often disastrous results. Moreover, the character's simplicity allows viewers from different cultural backgrounds to connect with his struggles and triumphs. Furthermore, Rowan Atkinson's portrayal of Mr. Bean is characterized by minimal dialogue, relying instead on facial expressions and body language to convey humor. This approach transcends language barriers, making the character universally accessible. Additionally, Mr. Bean's world is populated with memorable props, such as his trusty teddy bear and his lime green Mini Cooper, which add to the character's distinctive charm. Beyond the laughs, Mr. Bean's character embodies a sense of resilience and optimism. Despite facing numerous setbacks and social awkwardness, he always approaches life with unwavering enthusiasm. In fact, this positive outlook resonates with audiences, offering a lighthearted escape from the complexities of modern life. In addition, the enduring popularity of Mr. Bean has led to numerous spin-offs, including animated series and feature films, further solidifying his place in popular culture. His influence can be seen in other comedic characters who employ physical humor and nonverbal communication to entertain audiences. Consequently, Mr. Bean's impact extends beyond entertainment, prompting discussions about the nature of comedy and the importance of nonverbal communication. His character serves as a reminder that humor can be found in the simplest of situations, and that laughter is a universal language. Rowan Atkinson, a very funny actor, came up with the idea for Mr. Bean when he was studying at Oxford University. He really liked old silent movies, especially the ones with Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. These movies didn't have much talking, but they were still very funny because of the actors' actions and faces. Mr. Bean is funny in a similar way. He doesn't say much, but he does a lot of silly things. He makes funny faces and gets into funny situations. This kind of comedy is called physical comedy because it uses the body to make people laugh. Because Mr. Bean doesn't talk much, people all over the world can understand and enjoy his humor. It doesn't matter if you speak English or not. You can still laugh at Mr. Bean falling over or getting his head stuck in a bucket. His comedy goes beyond just words, making him popular everywhere. He uses his body and face to tell jokes, which everyone can understand, no matter what language they speak. This is why Mr. Bean is so well known and loved around the world. He is a master of making people laugh without saying much at all, and his inspiration from those old silent film stars really shines through in his work, and it continues to bring joy to audiences of all ages. Rowan Atkinson, the actor who brought Mr. Bean to life, is a master of nonverbal communication. The brilliance of Mr. Bean is that he doesn't need to say much to make people laugh. Instead, he uses his body and face to tell stories. His eyebrows wiggle, his eyes widen, and his mouth twists into funny shapes. These expressions speak louder than words. Mr. Bean's appeal spans across different age groups. Children find him funny because he's silly and makes funny faces. Adults enjoy him because they can relate to his everyday struggles, like trying to mail a letter or cook a meal. Even though Mr. Bean often fails at these tasks, he always tries his best, which is something everyone can appreciate. His physical comedy is universal. You don't need to speak English to understand what Mr. Bean is feeling or trying to do. A simple shrug or a frustrated stomp of his foot can communicate a whole range of emotions. This makes Mr. Bean popular all over the world, in countries where people speak different languages and have different cultures. Mr. Bean's character is clumsy, but also kind. He might accidentally cause trouble, but he never means to be mean. He has a good heart, and people can see that. This makes him a likable character, even when he's making mistakes. His charm comes from his innocence and his determination to solve problems, even if he does it in a funny way. Atkinson's skill in physical comedy allows Mr. Bean to connect with audiences on a deeper level. He creates a character that is both funny and relatable, making him a timeless figure in comedy. The way he uses his body and face to create humor is a special talent that has made Mr. Bean a beloved character for many years. His ability to communicate without words is a big part of what makes Mr. Bean so special, and why people of all ages continue to enjoy watching him. Mr. Bean, played by Rowan Atkinson, shows us a lot about being ourselves and how we deal with the world. His funny actions often look at what we expect from each other in society and what it means to be human. Mr. Bean is all about being different and not following the crowd. One of the big reasons people everywhere like Mr. Bean is that he can make even the simplest things seem like big adventures. Things like going to the store or having a picnic become really funny and exciting when Mr. Bean does them. He shows us that life, even when it seems boring, can be a lot of fun. Mr. Bean's character is interesting because he doesn't talk much. He uses his face and body to show what he's thinking and feeling. This makes it easy for anyone, no matter where they're from or what language they speak, to understand him. His way of acting shows that you don't always need words to connect with people. Also, Mr. Bean often gets into trouble because he doesn't always understand how things are supposed to be done. He might try to do something the easiest way possible, even if it's not the right way. This can be really funny, but it also makes us think about why we have rules, and how important it is to be considerate of others. Mr. Bean's adventures remind us that it's okay to be yourself, even if you're a little bit different. He teaches us that life is full of surprises, and that you can find fun and adventure in the most ordinary places. He encourages us to look at the world in a new way, and to not take things too seriously. Furthermore, the way Mr. Bean interacts with objects is quite unique. He treats everyday items as if they are puzzles to be solved, often with hilarious consequences. Whether he's struggling with a simple task like mailing a letter or preparing a meal, his approach is always unconventional and entertaining. This highlights the humor in our daily routines and shows how a different perspective can turn the mundane into something extraordinary. Moreover, Mr. Bean's relationships with other characters, though limited, are also telling. He often seems oblivious to the needs and feelings of those around him, which leads to comical misunderstandings. However, this also reveals the importance of empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. While Mr. Bean may not always get it right, his blunders serve as a reminder of how we should treat each other. In addition, the show often uses physical comedy, which is a type of humor that relies on actions and movements rather than words. This makes Mr. Bean accessible to audiences of all ages and backgrounds. His exaggerated expressions and clumsy antics are universally funny, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers. This type of comedy is timeless and continues to resonate with viewers today. Mr. Bean's journey around the world shows how powerful jokes without words can be. Because he doesn't talk much, people from different countries and cultures can still understand and laugh at his funny actions. This has made Mr. Bean a well-known character everywhere. Furthermore, Rowan Atkinson's work as Mr. Bean has greatly affected today's comedy. Many comedians now try to use their bodies and actions to make people laugh, just like Mr. Bean. They also focus on everyday situations that everyone can relate to. This way of making people laugh is still popular and helps shape what we think is funny today. Mr. Bean has shown that you don't always need words to be funny. Sometimes the way you move and act can be even more hilarious. His influence encourages others to find humor in simple, universal experiences, ensuring his legacy continues to inspire new generations of comedians and entertain audiences worldwide. The character's ability to connect with viewers on a basic human level, regardless of language or background, highlights the unifying power of comedy. This approach has broadened the scope of what is considered funny, allowing for more diverse and inclusive forms of humor to emerge. Moreover, Atkinson's dedication to physical comedy has not only entertained, but also elevated the art form, proving that slapstick and visual gags can be both sophisticated and universally appealing. His commitment to perfecting each movement and expression has set a high standard for comedic performance, influencing countless performers to pay closer attention to the nuances of their physical presence on stage and screen. The impact of Mr. Bean extends beyond mere entertainment. It has fostered a greater appreciation for the subtleties of nonverbal communication and the shared human experiences that transcend cultural differences. As a result, Rowan Atkinson's contribution to comedy is not just about making people laugh. It's about creating a global community of laughter that celebrates our common humanity. His work continues to resonate with audiences of all ages and backgrounds, solidifying his place as a true icon of comedy and a master of physical humor. The ripple effect of his influence can be seen in various forms of media, from television and film to online content, demonstrating the enduring power of his comedic vision. Mr. Bean's clothes tell you a lot about him. His tweed suit and thin tie are not what most people wear, and that is on purpose. They show he is a bit different and does not always fit in. People all over the world know this look right away. It is part of what makes Mr. Bean so special and funny. Also, Rowan Atkinson is very good at using his face to make people laugh. He does not need to say much because his eyes, eyebrows, and mouth can say it all. A simple look can become very funny. These funny faces are now all over the internet. People use them in memes and share them online. This shows how much Mr. Bean has become a part of our world, and how his funny faces will be remembered for a long time. His way of using his face is like a special language that everyone understands, and it keeps Mr. Bean alive in people's hearts. Mr. Bean's silent comedy often features his beloved teddy bear, Teddy. This small brown bear is more than just a toy. It's Mr. Bean's closest friend and confidant. Teddy is always there, whether Mr. Bean is going on a trip, doing his shopping, or simply relaxing at home. Teddy doesn't talk, but Mr. Bean treats him as if he's a real person, often including him in his activities and conversations. Teddy's presence adds a layer of warmth to Mr. Bean's often solitary world. Mr. Bean lives alone and doesn't seem to have many human friends. Teddy provides him with companionship and a sense of connection. He often sits Teddy in a chair, buckles him into the car, and even buys him Christmas presents. Furthermore, Teddy is also a source of humor. Mr. Bean often uses Teddy in funny and unexpected ways. Sometimes, Teddy gets used as a paintbrush, a cleaning tool, or even a makeshift hammer. Mr. Bean's resourcefulness and creativity in using Teddy for everyday tasks is part of what makes the show so funny. Mr. Bean's world is full of everyday situations that he turns into comedic adventures. Simple tasks like getting dressed, going to the beach, or making a sandwich become opportunities for hilarious mishaps and creative solutions. He often encounters problems that most people would solve easily, but Mr. Bean's unique perspective and approach lead to unexpected and funny results. Through Mr. Bean's eyes, viewers are encouraged to see the humor in everyday life. The show reminds us that even the most ordinary tasks can be fun and entertaining if we approach them with a sense of playfulness and creativity. Mr. Bean's ability to find humor in the mundane is a reminder that laughter can be found anywhere, even in the simplest of things. His antics suggest that a little bit of silliness can make life more enjoyable, and that sometimes the best way to solve a problem is with a bit of imagination and a good sense of humor. The character's enduring appeal lies in his ability to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, inviting us to embrace the lighter side of life and find joy in the unexpected. Mr. Bean's impact on culture is huge. You can see him in cartoons, all over the internet, and even on things you can buy. He's more than just a TV character. He's part of how people make jokes and understand comedy around the world. His physical comedy is a big reason why Mr. Bean is so funny. Rowan Atkinson, the actor who plays Mr. Bean, uses his body in very specific ways to make people laugh. He doesn't just act silly, he plans every move to be as funny as possible. This kind of comedy, where the body does the talking, goes back to famous comedians like Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. These comedians were masters of using their bodies to tell stories and make people laugh without saying much. Atkinson learned from them and made it his own. Mr. Bean's humor is special because it doesn't need words to be funny. People from different countries and cultures can watch Mr. Bean and understand the jokes because they are mostly visual. A lot of comedy relies on language, which can be hard to translate, but Mr. Bean's comedy is universal. Atkinson's skill in physical comedy is not just about being clumsy or making funny faces. It's about timing, precision, and understanding how the body can express emotions and tell stories. He uses small movements and expressions to create big laughs. This takes a lot of practice and talent. Mr. Bean's influence can be seen in many places. Other shows and movies have copied his style of physical comedy. People use Mr. Bean in memes and online videos to express different feelings and situations. He has become a symbol for funny, awkward situations that everyone can relate to. The character's success also led to a lot of Mr. Bean merchandise, like stuffed animals, mugs, and clothing. This shows how much people love the character and want to bring him into their everyday lives. Mr. Bean has become a brand that represents simple, visual comedy that appeals to everyone. Atkinson's dedication to physical humor has made Mr. Bean a lasting part of popular culture. He has shown that comedy doesn't always need words to be effective, and that a well-timed movement can be funnier than any joke. His work continues to inspire comedians and entertain audiences around the world, and his influence is likely to continue. Rowan Atkinson, famous for his character Mr. Bean, uses speech in a very special way. Even though Mr. Bean doesn't talk much, the times he does speak make the comedy even funnier. His few words show how strange and quiet he is. It's like he doesn't need to talk a lot to make people laugh because his actions speak louder than words. Furthermore, Mr. Bean's connection with his car is a big part of the humor. His yellow Mini is more than just a car. It's a character itself. He often gets into funny situations while trying to do simple things with his car. For example, he might try to fit too much stuff inside or find unusual ways to drive it. These moments turn normal tasks into funny adventures where he has to think creatively to solve problems. His car becomes a partner in his silly escapades, adding to the fun and laughter. Music in Mr. Bean's world is very important. It makes the funny parts funnier and the sad parts more touching. The music helps tell the story without words. It lets you know how Mr. Bean is feeling and what's going to happen next. Sometimes the music is silly, like when Mr. Bean is getting into trouble. Other times it's gentle, like when he's trying to be kind. The music always fits perfectly with what Mr. Bean is doing. Also, Mr. Bean and animals often create funny scenes. He might try to feed a seagull or play with a sheep. These moments show that Mr. Bean is like a big kid. He's curious about everything, including animals. Sometimes he's clumsy, and the animals react in funny ways. Other times, he's gentle, and the animals seem to like him. These animal moments are always memorable and add to Mr. Bean's charm. They show his innocent side and make us laugh because he doesn't always know how to act around animals, leading to unexpected situations and funny reactions. These interactions help us see Mr. Bean as more than just a funny character. They show us his kind heart and simple way of looking at the world, making his stories even more enjoyable. Rowan Atkinson's character, Mr. Bean, has shown a remarkable ability to fit into different ways of telling stories. From his start on television, Mr. Bean moved easily into movies and even cartoons. This shows how well the character's humor works, no matter the way it is presented. His simple, physical comedy is something that people of all ages can enjoy. Furthermore, Mr. Bean's popularity isn't limited to just one country. He has become famous around the world, and this has led to special versions of Mr. Bean being made for different cultures. For example, in China and India, they have created their own versions of Mr. Bean that are made to be funny for people in those countries. While these versions might have some differences to fit the local culture, they still keep the main things that make Mr. Bean who he is. This shows that Mr. Bean's humor can be changed to fit different audiences, while still being funny and enjoyable. It's a testament to the universal appeal of his character and the clever way his stories are told, leaving room for more adventures. Behind the scenes of Mr. Bean, a group of talented people work together. Writers think up funny situations, and directors help bring them to life. Rowan Atkinson works closely with them to make sure Mr. Bean is just right. They spend a lot of time planning each episode to make it as funny as possible. Mr. Bean himself is like a big kid. He is very innocent and curious about everything. He sees the world in a simple way, and this makes him very funny. He reminds us to enjoy the little things in life, and to be more spontaneous. Mr. Bean's childlike innocence is a big part of why people love him. He shows us that it's okay to be silly and to have fun. He encourages us to not take life too seriously and to find joy in everyday moments. His simple view of the world helps us remember how to be happy with less, and his funny antics remind us to laugh. Mr. Bean's world is carefully created by a team, but his heart is pure and full of wonder, inviting us all to share in his simple pleasures and innocent adventures, and that is why he remains so popular even now. Mr. Bean's funny actions have found a place in schools. Teachers use his stories to help students learn important lessons. For example, Mr. Bean often faces problems, but he never gives up. This teaches children to be resilient, meaning they should keep trying even when things get hard. He also comes up with unusual solutions, showing kids how to be creative and think outside the box. So, Mr. Bean's humor isn't just for laughs, it's a way to learn valuable skills. Furthermore, Mr. Bean doesn't always follow the rules. He does things his own way, which can be very funny. This teaches people that it's okay to be different. We don't all have to be the same. Mr. Bean shows us that our unique qualities are what make us special. By watching him, people can feel more comfortable being themselves, even if they don't fit in perfectly. He encourages everyone to embrace their individuality and not be afraid to stand out. His nonconformity is a reminder that it's good to be yourself, and that's a powerful message for everyone. In the world of social media, Mr. Bean has stayed popular because of memes that people share online. These memes show his funniest and most relatable moments. This helps new people discover Mr. Bean and enjoy his comedy. Mr. Bean has fans all over the world, young and old. His humor is easy to understand, so people from different countries and backgrounds can all laugh at his silly adventures. The character's simple stories and funny faces are perfect for sharing on the internet. People create short clips and images from the show that become very popular. These memes help keep Mr. Bean in people's minds, even though the show isn't making new episodes anymore. The fans of Mr. Bean are very dedicated. They enjoy watching the show again, and they share their favorite parts with others. They also create their own artwork and stories about Mr. Bean. This shows how much they love the character and his funny world. Mr. Bean's humor is clean and doesn't make fun of anyone, so it's safe for everyone to watch. This is one reason why he has so many fans of all ages. The memes and online videos help to spread his humor to even more people. Mr. Bean's ability to make people laugh without saying much is a big part of his success. His facial expressions and physical comedy are easy to understand, no matter what language you speak. This makes him a truly international star. The internet has helped Mr. Bean stay famous and reach new audiences. The memes and fan creations keep his character alive and well loved. His simple, funny adventures continue to bring joy to people around the world, and his legacy as a comedic icon is secure. Mr. Bean's comedy relies a lot on how clumsy he is. His mistakes are funny because many people can see themselves in those situations. He makes small problems become big jokes. For example, when he tries to mail a letter or cook a meal, everything goes wrong in a funny way. This clumsiness is a big part of what makes his character so loved by many people. Also, Mr. Bean's interactions with women are often awkward and funny. He doesn't always understand what they want or expect, which leads to funny misunderstandings. These moments show how he struggles to connect with people, especially women, in a normal way. It's not that he means to be rude, but he just doesn't quite get it, and that's where the humor comes from. These interactions add another layer to his character, making him even more unique and memorable. His way of dealing with everyday situations, especially when women are involved, is a big part of what makes Mr. Bean so funny and appealing to audiences around the world. His simple actions become comedic gold because of his unique perspective and physical comedy. Mr. Bean has had a big impact on how kids are entertained. He showed them that you can tell great stories without using many words. Instead, Mr. Bean uses his body and face to make people laugh and understand what he is doing. This kind of storytelling is called visual storytelling because it relies on what you see, not what you hear. Mr. Bean's way of acting is very physical. He moves his body in funny ways and makes silly faces. This is called physical comedy. It's like watching a cartoon character come to life. Kids all over the world can understand Mr. Bean because he doesn't need to speak a certain language. His actions speak louder than words. The way Mr. Bean tells stories without talking is very important. He uses his body language, like how he stands or moves his arms, to show what he's thinking and feeling. He also uses gestures, like pointing or shrugging, to help tell the story. Even though he doesn't say much, you always know what's going on with Mr. Bean. Because Mr. Bean doesn't talk much, kids can use their imaginations to fill in the gaps. They can guess what he's thinking or why he's doing something. This makes watching Mr. Bean an active experience. Kids aren't just watching, they're also thinking and imagining. Mr. Bean's influence can be seen in other shows and movies for kids. Many creators have learned that you don't always need a lot of talking to make kids laugh and understand a story. Sometimes the funniest and most memorable moments are the ones without any words at all. Mr. Bean taught the world that a simple look or a funny walk can be just as powerful as a whole conversation, and this has changed how many people think about making entertainment for children. His legacy continues to inspire new generations of entertainers and storytellers, proving that laughter truly is a universal language. Mr. Bean's humor relies heavily on unexpected events. The character often finds himself in ordinary situations, but his reactions and solutions are anything but normal. This element of surprise is key to keeping people interested. You never quite know what Mr. Bean will do next, and that's part of the fun. He might try to solve a simple problem in a very complicated or unusual way, leading to funny and unexpected results. This constant defiance of what people expect keeps the audience guessing and laughing. Furthermore, Mr. Bean's comedy also includes some cultural references. These are often subtle nods to British culture and traditions. For some viewers, especially those familiar with British ways, these references add another layer of humor. They might recognize certain behaviors or customs that Mr. Bean is either exaggerating or misunderstanding. This can make the jokes even funnier because they understand the underlying cultural context. These cultural touches aren't always obvious, but they're there for those who know where to look, adding a bit of extra depth to the comedy. The way he interacts with everyday British life, often in a clumsy or clueless manner, is part of what makes the character so funny and relatable to some. It's a gentle way of poking fun at some of the quirks and traditions of British society, but in a way that's still very lighthearted and enjoyable for everyone. Mr. Bean's ongoing popularity shows us that some kinds of humor can last a very long time and be enjoyed by people of all ages and from different places. This is because the humor is well made and doesn't depend on things that quickly change, like current events or slang words. Instead, it focuses on simple, everyday situations that everyone can understand and laugh at. Rowan Atkinson's acting as Mr. Bean is a big reason why the character is so well loved. Atkinson is very good at using his body and face to tell stories without saying much. This is called physical comedy, and he is a master of it. He can make people laugh just by the way he moves or the expressions he makes. His performance brings Mr. Bean to life in a way that makes the character both funny and relatable. Atkinson's talent allows Mr. Bean to connect with audiences worldwide, even if they don't speak the same language. The humor is visual, meaning you don't need to understand the words to get the joke. This makes Mr. Bean accessible to everyone, which is why he has fans all over the world. The character's simple adventures and mishaps are easy to follow, and Atkinson's comedic timing is always perfect. Furthermore, Atkinson's dedication to the role is evident in every episode. He carefully crafts each scene to maximize the comedic effect, paying attention to every detail, from Mr. Bean's wardrobe to his interactions with inanimate objects. This level of commitment elevates the character beyond a simple comedic creation and turns him into a cultural icon. Mr. Bean's appeal lies in his childlike innocence and his ability to find humor in the mundane aspects of life. Atkinson captures these qualities perfectly, making Mr. Bean a character that audiences can both laugh at and sympathize with. Moreover, the timeless quality of Mr. Bean's humor is also due to its focus on universal themes such as problem-solving, social awkwardness, and the challenges of everyday life. These are experiences that everyone can relate to, regardless of their background or culture. Mr. Bean's attempts to navigate these situations, often with hilarious results, resonate with audiences because they see a bit of themselves in his struggles. Atkinson's portrayal of Mr. Bean is not just about making people laugh. It's about exploring the human condition in a light-hearted and accessible way. Rowan Atkinson's character, Mr. Bean, truly broke new ground in the world of comedy. Instead of relying on spoken jokes, Mr. Bean showed that humor could be just as strong, if not stronger, when conveyed through actions and expressions. He used his body and face to create funny situations, proving that you don't always need words to make people laugh. This was a big change from many comedy shows at the time that depended heavily on dialogue. Mr. Bean's success has definitely had an impact on comedians who came after him. Many performers have been inspired to use more physical comedy in their acts, focusing on how they move and what their faces do to get laughs. They learned from Mr. Bean that a simple gesture or a silly walk can be funnier than a long speech. This influence can be seen in many modern comedians who use their bodies and expressions to tell stories and create humor without always needing to say a lot. Mr. Bean opened up new possibilities for comedy, encouraging others to explore the power of nonverbal storytelling and physical humor, and his legacy continues to shape the comedy landscape even today. Looking ahead, the character of Mr. Bean has a bright future. There are many chances for Mr. Bean to grow in the world of entertainment. Digital platforms like YouTube and streaming services offer new ways to share Mr. Bean's funny stories with people all over the world. These platforms can help Mr. Bean reach new fans and keep his old fans entertained. Also, partnerships with other companies could bring Mr. Bean to new areas, such as video games, animated shows, or even educational content. Imagine Mr. Bean teaching kids about important things in a funny way. This could make learning more fun and help Mr. Bean stay relevant for many years. Mr. Bean's success comes from his simple and relatable humor. He doesn't need to speak much because his actions and facial expressions are funny enough. This makes him popular with people of all ages and cultures. As long as people enjoy laughing, Mr. Bean will continue to be loved. Mr. Bean's legacy is more than just entertainment. He shows us that humor can bring people together and make us forget our problems for a while. He inspires us to find the funny side of everyday life and to not take ourselves too seriously. Mr. Bean's ability to make people laugh will keep him alive in our hearts and minds for generations to come. His impact on comedy is undeniable, and his influence will continue to be seen in future comedians and entertainers. Mr. Bean's unique brand of physical comedy has left a lasting mark on the world, and his character will continue to inspire and enthrall audiences for years to come. The future looks promising for Mr. Bean, with endless possibilities for new adventures and comedic situations. His timeless appeal ensures that he will remain a beloved character for generations to come, always ready to bring a smile to our faces and remind us of the power of